Hi everyone, so this is all the ingredients that we're going to be using to make this fruit ice candy. So we have some mangoes, oranges, watermelon, honey, Greek yogurt, coconut, and we're going to be using the juice from it and also the meat. So it's all fresh and healthy because it's all from the fruits, so it's all natural. You'll also need this long plastic, like long narrow plastic, where we're going to put the ice candy in, and let's get started. So right now I'm just going to prep everything that I need. So I'm scraping off the meat from this coconut, as you can see, because I'll be using that as well, and just chopping these oranges in half and this mango into 3 pieces. Again, I'm going to leave some meat on the side from all the fruits because I want some chunks in the ice candy, like so. So this is what it looks like so far. Everything chopped off and prepped, so it's ready to be blended, or some of them will be blended anyway. This is the blender they'll be using. It's the Ninja Bullet or something, and I'll be doing the watermelon first. So I'm going to put the watermelon in this jar, put some water, so just a dash of water, not too much, just because you do need some sort of liquid to get the blender going, and that's what we're doing. So there you go, the watermelon is in there, and we're going to blend away just a few times, and one more. So I left some watermelon that I'll be using later. I'll also be using this measuring cup because I don't have anything else to use to pour in the liquid, so I'll just use that to make it a little bit easier, hopefully, to pour in the liquid inside that plastic. So I'm just chopping this watermelon so that I can put some inside the plastic along with the watermelon juice. So right now that's what I'm doing. I'm putting in the watermelon inside the plastic. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have put all that watermelon in all at once because it all sat on the bottom of that plastic, which is what I didn't want to happen. So now I'm putting in the liquid, so the watermelon that we've blended, that's what I'm putting in. As you can see, it is a bit of a struggle using this measuring cup. There is going to be some spillage. It would have been very handy if I had some sort of a piping bag, the one that you use for baking, or one of those funnels. That would have made everything a lot easier, but I didn't, unfortunately, so I just had to use that measuring cup that had a little bit of nozzle at the side of it. So I'm just pressing it a little bit so that the liquid would go down the bottom of the plastic, and I will be tying it up. So I'm just doing a knot. As you can see, this would probably be like the most trickiest bit, so you're just gonna have to be a little bit patient. Okay, as you can see, I've moved onto the sink because there's just too much spillage on the countertop, so it was easier to just do it here. I'm doing another watermelon and tying that into a knot, as you can see. And the next one that I'll be doing is the coconut. So I'm putting in the coconut meat, and now I'm putting in the coconut juice. After that, the coconut juice was probably the easiest to pour in because of the consistency. It's like water. And also the meat was floating sort of all around the plastic as well, which looked really good, and I didn't have to move it around or anything. As you can see from there, there's some on the top and the bottom, and I'm just tying that into a knot as well. And that's what the coconut one looks like. Now I'm doing the orange one. I'm just going to manually squeeze this orange juice using a orange juice squeezer. Now if you have an electronic one, you'll probably get more juice out of it, but because I'm just using my hand, you know, I could only get so much from it. So I think I was only able to make 1 ice candy out of 2 oranges. And also, if there are any seeds or anything like that, you can just run a little spoon around it later on to see if there's any seeds that you want to take out or anything like that. So I'm just putting the orange juice in the measuring cup so that I can pour into the plastic like so. And yes, there is some spillage, but that's okay, we'll make it work slowly and we'll get there. Actually wasn't as bad as the other one. The other ones there was more spillage, so it would have been really handy if I had a funnel. Okay, so this is the fourth one. I'm making the honey, mango and yogurt one. So I'm just scraping off the meat from the two cheeks of this mango, and then I'm going to leave the one where the seed is and use the chunks of that later. So just scraping all that meat, and that's the Greek yogurt that I'll be using. So Greek style yogurt from Farmers Union, I think that's the brand. And I ended up using the whole thing, so I'm not sure how big that one was, but I used the whole thing. And then with the honey, basically put as much as you want or as little. I probably just put about a tablespoon and a little bit more, so a little bit more than a tablespoon. And then again, just a bit of water to get everything going so that it's easier to blend it. So here we are. So I'm just about to blend all that in. So the yogurt, mango and the honey. You can taste this before you put in the plastic, so you're happy, you know that you're happy with the taste and the sweetness and all that. So I was happy with it, and now I'm just putting the mango inside that bag and then pouring in the rest of this mango, honey and yogurt, the one that we blended off. This was probably the hardest one to put in the plastic because of the consistency. It's sticky and it's thicker than the other ones, so it was a bit of a struggle. But as you can see, I put too much and I had to take some out. So what you can do is just squeeze some out, run a bit of water around it so that it's not sticky, because it can get very messy. So I've just run a bit of water just to make sure that the whole bag is not sticky. And I'm just trying to tie it into a knot, and that's about it. So if you think that you put a bit too much, you can always just squeeze it out and run a bit of water around it so it's nice and clean, and then just go ahead and do the rest. Okay, this might look funny, but I'm just giving it a quick rinse so that it's not sticky, because just like what you've seen before, there was some spillage, so I just don't want to put it in the freezer all sticky. So just giving it a quick rinse. Okay, so this is what it looks like unfrozen. That's the watermelon one without any chunks. It looks a lot fuller compared to this one with chunks. It seems a little bit less fuller. And these are the mango ones. This one was the one that I only put the mangoes in the bottom, and it basically just stayed in the bottom of the plastic. And it doesn't look as good, but that's alright, it'll taste really good. That one was the only orange one. That's 2 oranges that I used. And then this is the other mango, where I've spread out the mangoes, and it looks much better because you get mango in the bottom, in the middle and on the top, which looks really nice. And yeah, it tastes really good too. I can tell you, I've tried it before I freeze it, and I also tried it when it was frozen, and still tastes really good. So that's the coconut one. I think the coconut one looks really good because the coconut chunks just floats around the plastic and it looks really nice. Okay, see you the next day. I'm about to put in the freezer now. Okay, so this is the next day. Just came home from the gym, so excuse all the sweat. And I'm taking it out of the freezer. So preferably you'd want it to freeze for at least 24 hours, like, you know, the whole day, I guess. If not, at least, you know, a good 5 hours or so, it'll probably be frozen by then. But yeah, this is what they look like. They look really refreshing. It's so good in a really hot weather that we're experiencing at the moment. These are really good, and at least they're guilt-free because, you know, they're just fruits and nothing else, and some water, and that's it. So it's going to hydrate you and keep you cool this summer. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you do want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe. And if one day you do get the chance to make these tasty ice candies, that would be really great because they're really refreshing, they're tasty, and they're quite easy to make as well. So hopefully I'll see you on my next video. Bye for now.